you need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
In terms of the rest of the economy and everything else going on, I mean, claims are very low. The consumer's doing well. We're going to end up this Friday with another decent jobs report.
Now we got fiscal spending, fiscal stimulus, tax reduction. This is all good stuff.
I actually think the market is set up better right now than it was last January in terms of the conditions.
It was a pretty healthy start to the year for U.S. equity markets.
We think you're going to see this year higher nominal growth. Number two, you're going to see higher corporate profits. We think business, consumer, and investor sentiment are all going to stay strong.
God, what a bunch of geniuses, aren't they? Aren't they smart, these guys? God, you got to listen to them. Yeah, unbelievable. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. This is amazing. Boy, is that pumping. That is insane. Everything they're saying, they have no clue to it. They have no backup to it. There's no proof of what they're saying. That's why it's very, very hard. And Trump has got to be very careful. Even though what he's saying is, and remember, he came out and said during his campaign, this was a big, fat, ugly stock market. And he said the only reason why he had this big rally because of all the money that was being printed, was given to the banks, given to corporations, free money, buy their own stock. It's just a big bubble. In other words, there's no profits behind the stocks going up over 200% since 2008. No profits. Only 26% of the S&P 500 companies gave profits. You don't have to have profits to move your stock up. As long as you get free, interest-free money from the Federal Reserve, buy your shares, the stock went up. And don't forget, the big help was QE1, QE2, 3, 4, the bond buybacks. That was a huge help. Over $3 trillion just went into the stock market, never mind the billions they spent on buying the bonds to push the stock market up. So from 2009 to 2012, that was all that whole gain, about half of, let's say 230%, was all because of accounting tricks that they did for the banks. They changed the accounting rules for the banks. It was all the printing of money and injecting it into the stock market. It was all just phony. No profits at all. Then in 2012, they thought that would be it. It would be okay. The economy would start growing from its 1.5%. Yeah, it grew to 1.6%. They thought by 2012, from 2009 to 2012, they thought by then the economy would be growing by 3.5%, 4%. They thought that people would be going back to work, good paying jobs. But no, it didn't happen. So what did they do? To keep the market, to prop the market up. That's when they did even more stock buybacks, $6 trillion. But that's all debt on the balance sheets of this company. Now you say, and you hear these guys like on CNBC, these dopes right here, these jibber jabbers. Oh, interest doesn't matter. Interest doesn't matter. Oh, really? Oh, no, just quarter point interest doesn't matter. Really? Then why don't you look? Then tell me why the mortgage refi business, the big refi boom, has collapsed. It just crashed to Lehman's lows. Why is that happening if interest rates don't mean anything? That's just like the people who say, oh, raise minimum wage. Oh, it doesn't matter. You know, the 2.6 million people who work these service jobs like McDonald's and these fast food restaurants, just raise it. What difference does it make? And they did. Washington, D.C. now is $12.50 an hour. Massachusetts, $11 an hour. New York, $9.70 an hour. It means a lot. Just as much as these interest rates kill mortgage refi for people, it kills jobs when you raise minimum wage. I mean, you take $1 per hour minimum wage increase. That can reduce a small restaurant. See, people don't realize when they go to one of these fast food industries or these restaurants, for a guy to make any money, he's got to own at least 10 of these restaurants. You can't make money with 1 or 2 or 3. The profits are so thin, it's incredible. One hamburger goes stale, one bun gets wasted, you lose your profits for the week. It's unbelievable the thin profits in these things. So to raise the minimum wage just $1, think of it this way here. If you had 10 hourly employees working 8-hour shifts, 5 days a week, and you raise the wages $1 an hour, that comes out to what, 20 grand. So that's 20 grand of new expenses. But wait a minute. How am I going to cover it? I can't pass it on to my customer. The idea of this passing on to your customer, you hear that from all the liberals. Let's pass it on to the customer because these people need to make a living. No, that's not what minimum wage for. Minimum wage was never designed for you to get married and have 5 kids and buy a $200,000 house. That's not what minimum wage was designed for. See, the liberals took it and just destroyed what minimum wage was for. These minimum wage jobs were to be able to get these kids who have no education, little education, didn't go to college, dropped out of high school, to get them a job. It was an entry-level position. Or even if a kid graduated from high school, or even going to college, works at McDonald's. It's an entry-level position to get them into the business world. Get them to learn how to act among people. The best thing is to send your kid to work. Stop him from hanging around the mall with his pink hair and his his tattoos everywhere and the bell bar through his nose and his teeth and his tongue, and that's what they end up with. You get him into a McDonald's, get him into a restaurant, get him to work. That's the best thing you can do, especially when now Ma and Pa, they're working 2-3 jobs each because this lousy Obama economy gave us for these last 8 years. You're only the 1 percentile are making money. Everybody else isn't making money. But you got to get these kids into the restaurant because that's the way they're going to learn. Matter of fact, the minimum wage should be the opposite. They should pay the restaurant owner to work there, to have an opportunity to enter the business field. That's right. They got it backwards. The law should be, if you come to work, you're going to pay me to work for me, so I'm going to teach you how to count change. I'm going to teach you how to be responsible, because your parents don't. So I'm going to teach you what it is to show up and work on time every day. I'm going to show you what it is to say to a person, thank you. Not, to say, how can I help you? Instead of, what do you want? See, they got it backwards. But I don't want to take this too far. But let's go back to the $1 per hour or the 10 hourly employees. That takes $20,000 off expenses. That could mean the difference between making money and no money. Are you kidding me? You can't pass it on to the customer, as most liberal believes, because higher prices and competition from other fast food joints will now lead to fewer sales. if the owner just attempts to pass on the cost. You can't do that. It's impossible. But people just don't get this minimum wage. It's all upside down. We'll be right back after this break. Take a look at some fast food restaurants.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Here comes a new president, new beginnings, and new hopes, which can also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question their investments. But the thing to realize is that market volatility is inevitable, and it's a great opportunity to get in the stock market. No one at philsgang.com will tell you when the market correction is coming, and we will not promise you you're going to get rich, but we will guarantee you a good night's sleep. At philsgang.com, our number one goal is to inform investors who want to learn and invest in the stock market. We provide daily investment teaching strategies and the analysis of charting the stock market. You are informed around the clock with market webinars, market updates, working investor programs, and financial updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll enjoy the Phil's Gang customer service. Be prepared for market volatility and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, we're talking about minimum wage. We're talking about restaurants. We're going to take a look at some of these restaurant stocks. And I think they're going to be good shorts. I think they're stocks that will be going down. We got a great opportunity. And the beautiful thing is we'll know when to short them better than anybody else. Because why? Because my charts will tell you. Because it'll turn the color from green to red. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. That's the beautiful thing about my charts. This is the chart I designed. Okay, it's my chart. Nobody else has it. I mean, this really, really works. People who get this chart love it. It works. But remember the other day when Obama was telling us about these 15 million jobs he created, and it's actually 11 million because he didn't count the first year, the 4 million jobs, and because people don't realize how that happened. He just got in office, and it was the first time he was meeting with the Black Caucus, and very respectable group of people in Washington. It was his first meeting. He didn't want to go in and tell them he lost 4 million jobs, so he didn't count them. He started to count from the second year. So that's how he got 15 million. It's actually 11 million. But forget that. We already went over that yesterday. We already said let them have the 15 million. They're no good anyways. They're all lousy, terrible jobs. But here's the thing people don't realize, and none of the jibber-jabbers talk about it. The day he got into office, from the day he got in office to now when he's leaving, the population has grown more than 20 million people. But the number of jobs under this character has increased by less than 7 million. So you got 95 million Americans who are out of the workforce. That's about 14.5 million more than were in when he took office. So how can he sit there and brag? Well, I guess he could lie, just like he said our health care was the greatest thing in the world. We could keep our doctor. We could keep our health care insurance. Remember, he lied about that. But you got to put in perspective what's going on. And it's got to get, and Trump has to stop with this, the Trump rally. Yes, tell people the Trump rally is a wonderful thing. But it's a euphoria. It's just that people are happy because it's a sigh of relief. Don't start owning it. Don't start owning it. You'll get in trouble. We'll talk more about that later. Let's go to some of these restaurant stocks. And this minimum wage is a killer. That's a killer for businesses. And you're going to see all these big guys going to start tanking. I think we're going to have a great opportunity to short it. Let's go take a look at McDonald's. Now, McDonald's just in the last 2 days. Now think of the stock. McDonald's is going up about 7%. And then thank God for my chart, because yesterday it just started to turn red and you would have been out. You would have saved that. You would not have lost money. So now it's starting to tank. In 2 days, it went from $122 and it went down to $118. 122 to 118 in 2 days. Now, if you had my chart, you didn't have to worry. That's about an 8% drop, 3% drop. But the point I'm making is anybody can make money buying a stock, but the genius is to keep the money. Well, that's life. Anybody can become a millionaire, but to keep it. Most millionaires lose it 6 times before they keep it. Yeah, they do. Then they finally get experience. But it's the same thing with this. You got to understand you can get stock tips from everybody to buy a stock, and maybe you get lucky. But the real skill comes in, when can I get out? When do I get out of this thing? I don't want to lose the money I'm making. And that's the fear that's in the market. And it's that fear that dropped the amount of people who are in the stock market. 64% of the people were retail customers in 2001. Now it's down to 47. Yeah, 64% down to 47. Now, why that big drop from 67 to 41% in retail customers? Because of the fear of not getting out in time. That won't happen. You're a gang member. That's not going to happen to you. My charts tell you. So here it is. There's McDonald's. Told you exactly when to get out. Let's look at another one. Let's take a look at Wendy's. Now, Wendy's, that stock went up since November. That stock went up about 32%. But look, it told you 4 days ago to get out. Told you to get out 4 days ago. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Now, everybody's familiar with CMG. Okay, another restaurant fast food, CMG. Okay. Chipotle. Now, this thing, okay, this thing has been green and red, green and red, green and red. I mean, this thing has been all over the place. But that's the beautiful thing about the chart. The last time, the stock was going up from 360 up to 391. And it was, even though you got to remember the beautiful thing about the chart. When it's going from 360 up to 391, it was red. It's telling you not to buy. That's the real value right there. That's another value. Because you just stocking up and you hear it on CNBC or you read it in Bloomberg's and you jump in and get it at 360 and it's going up. Well, with my chart, it stayed red. It's telling you don't get in because it's what? Because the institutions aren't buying enough of it. So if the big institutions, the 9 biggest banks and the hedge funds and the insurance companies and all the institutions, and all the pension funds around the country, if they're not buying it, why should you be buying it? That's a beautiful thing. And this stock has been, this thing is a terrible stock. So these stocks are all going to get hurt. These stocks are all going to go lower because of the problem with minimum wage. You can't take minimum wage and put it on these restaurants. They don't make that kind of money because they said they just can't pass it on. And the worst problem for these restaurants, they're going to now start hiring fewer servers, and it's going to be, and everything's going to move toward more towards counter service and technology to replace the service. Oh, this is going to be bad. They're going to put kiosks in. This is a killer. So for all those liberals who say, "Well, these people on minimum wage, they got to make a living. They should buy a house, have 4 kids, a Cadillac. Give me a break." Yeah, right. Made things worse. We'll be right back after this break. 28 past the hour here on Phil's Gang. Join my gang now.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With PhilsGang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the PhilsGang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. PhilsGang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With PhilsGang.com, you learn how to invest in the market, you get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all PhilsGang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to PhilsGang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and PhilsGang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to PhilsGang.com.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out PhilsGang.com. PhilsGang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. PhilsGang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with PhilsGang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, PhilsGang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to PhilsGang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. As I told you yesterday, it's a good time to join because you can follow me because we have some exciting stocks, especially mining stocks, because the dollar is going to start pulling back. Dollar's going to start weakening because the trade deficits keep going higher, and they've been artificially pushing the dollar up. So as soon as, and it's not going to continue to work, and the trade deficits are going to continue to get worse and worse, so that means dollar's going to keep coming back, and these gold stocks that were beaten down are going to be a great opportunity to buy. So, and as I say, you can sleep at night because on my chart, it identifies for you when to get out. And that's the most important thing. Most people got out of the stock market. The small retail customer never went back because they're scared to death because they couldn't get a hold of their broker. They couldn't, when the market was falling, they did all kinds of terrible stories. Here, you can take care of yourself. Give you an example. Also tells you when to get in. I told my gang that all these healthcare stocks were beaten down. These are going to be great opportunities. And in HCA, okay, Healthcare Holdings, Inc., they turned green back on November 25th. At right around, I think it was right around $70, something like that, $71. It has now gone up. It's now going up. Healthcare is now going up about 10%. Had a real good day today. But here's the key. Like I said, anybody can get into the stock, but nobody knows when to get out. Well, with me, you will know to get out. So join the gang. Try it for the first 30 days, philsgang.com. It's only $39.95. And it's ideal for people who are so busy. All you need to know is when to get in, when to get out. You don't have to know anything about the company. You don't have to know anything about it. And that's the beautiful thing about the market today. The stock market and the company is disconnected. When you see a stock like Wynn at $90.17, it's not even connected to the company. So what you do is you take 5 of the best stocks. Go to the Dow 50. Take 5 of any of the stocks in the Dow 30 rather. Go to the Dow 30. Take 5 of those stocks, any grouping. Because why? Because that's where all the money goes. All the institutions buy the Dow 30 stocks. So just pick up 5 of them. Leave them there. Stay with the same ones all year. Because they all go in. The institutions go in together and they leave together. So when it's green, we get in. Now, like HCA now is up a beautiful 10%. Beautiful. Just because we saw it turn to green. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get rich. I'm not going to ever say that. But you'll have a good night's sleep because it'll be the first time you can finally start making money again and say, you know what, I don't have to worry anymore about making sure I get out in time. Perfect situation. Now, all these stocks, these gold stocks are all going to start going up. They really are. GDX is one of our favorite. That's the Exchange Traded Fund. That's a basket of gold mining stocks. Now, I told you about, remember I said, join my gang, get ready, these are going to go up. Well, guess what? They turned from red to green, and I told you this back on December 27th. So far, at December 27th, we had a low of $19.52, and today it was up to $22. And it's still green. Now, anybody can buy a stock. So we already have a 12% range. Now, I'm not saying that everybody got in exactly at the same time. In fact, you can go to my site, philsgang.com. It's free. And when you go to the home page, and you just go and just put in where it says click on join, where it says join the gang, and there's a drop down. And hit that. Anybody can do it. Just go to philsgang.com, hit where it says join the gang. There's a drop down, and it gives you the returns that we made on the stocks using the MV2. So it's the range. Now, we're not saying every gang member made 30% or 20% or 15%. We're saying, using my chart, when it turned green, that gave them the opportunity. That was the range in which they could get in any time while it was green. But they have to get out when it's red. That's the beautiful thing. Check out. Look at the ranges. I mean, this is not make-believe. We're not making this stuff up. Give you an example. It shows 33% on an oil stock, WLL. We got in on October 6th, $6.36. We got out at $12.47. Another one was rigged, 21%. Now, again, I'm not saying every gang member made 33% or every gang member made 21%. What I am saying is every gang member, okay, had the opportunity to make that because that's when it started to turn green and they should get in. Once it starts turning green, we tell them to wait for a confirmation, 2 days, better 3 days, so you have a 21% gain. Then they should get out when it's red. So, I mean, they're right here. Just go to philsgang.com. You'll see we got the actual trades that we made with this chart. So just go to philsgang.com, join the gang. It's free. Don't be a gang member. Go right to the page and it gives you the percentage of the gains using this. So try it for a month. Just try it for a month. That's all. You'll love it. Okay. So the market right now, what I was saying about Trump is here, he's got to be very, very careful. He's got to start explaining that this is a big, ugly stock market, like he said when he was running. It's a big, ugly bubble. Well, you understand that last 1,000-point rally, the Trump rally, this last 1,000, it didn't go up. It didn't go up because of earnings. It didn't go up because of profits. No way. The reason why it went up because it's reflecting a huge sign of relief and enthusiasm for the first time in 8 years. We can get back to capitalism. So this rally, he's got to say to them, this is still the same big, fat, ugly bubble that is going to correct at least 20% minimum, 30%. It's going to correct. He's got to keep reminding people because he's got to say to them, look, my programs of tax cuts, the infrastructure programs, they're wonderful. They're all going to help the economy, but it's going to take me, because this economy's so messed up because of what Obama's done for 8 years, it's going to take me to move from 1.6% to 3.5% about 18 months. So in the meantime, this market can't continue to rally on this euphoria. You got to rally on earnings, and the earnings, we got 5 consecutive quarters with no earnings. So he should remind everybody, look, don't get caught up in the euphoria. This market's going to pull back. And when it turns red, guess what? We'll know when to pull back. He should tell everybody it reflects a sigh of relief, of enthusiasm. For the first time in 8 years, we can get back to capitalism, where hard work is awarded, not punished. Now maybe people no longer have to work paycheck to paycheck. See, it's a big relief rally. Maybe people now, they're feeling good because for the first time in 10 years, their wages may increase. Or for the first time, they'll have premiums that aren't going up 60% against them. Or deductibles, $6,000, $7,000. Or for the first time, the reason why the rally went up, the Trump rally, the 1,000 points, because it's a relief rally. Because they're saying, God, this is great for the first time. I maybe don't have to hold down 2 to 3 jobs. My wife won't have to hold down 2 to 3 jobs. We see each other just passing, going to work. You see? It will be a big mistake if Trump keeps on going on with, oh, the rally's doing this because, everybody's got enthusiasm, they're happy. But he's got to remind them it's going to correct. He's got to remind them this. That the S&P 500 have tripled over 200%, not because of growing economies. Our economy hasn't grown to 4%. We got quarters of negative earnings. He needs to remind them the only people who benefited from the 250% rally, who made over $200 billion, were just the 1 percentile. Liam Musk, Sergey Brin, Warren Buffett, Steve Cohen, Carl Icahn, George Kaiser, Solander. Why? They're all friends of Obama. Every one of them, their collective mindset is the world can't function properly unless the richest of the rich get richer. This is what they really think. We'll be right back after this break. Here's my number, 877-600-GANG. Join now.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Here comes a new president, new beginnings and new hopes, which can also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question their investments. But the thing to realize is that market volatility is inevitable, and it's a great opportunity to get in the stock market. No one at philsgang.com will tell you when the market correction is coming, and we will not promise you you're going to get rich, but we will guarantee you a good night's sleep. At philsgang.com, our number one goal is to inform investors who want to learn and invest in the stock market. We provide daily investment teaching strategies and the analysis of charting the stock market. You are informed around the clock with market webinars, market updates, working investor programs, and financial updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll enjoy the Phil's Gang customer service. Be prepared for market volatility and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Best 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Best is they follow the important money. The hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend. And Phil Grandy can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grandy.
If there had been no other reason for us to pass the Affordable Care Act, one compelling reason was cost. So we had three goals. One was to lower cost, other to improve benefits, and third to increase access. In all three of those arenas, the Affordable Care Act has been a big success.
Are you kidding me? Affordable? The Affordable Care Act, there's not anything in the act that mandates it to be affordable. Affordable? Your premiums going up 60, 70%? Your deductibles, $5,000, $6,000. She's a liar. These people just think we sit on a stupid bench. They must think we sit on a stupid bench all day long. What a liar. She makes me sick to my stomach. It's amazing, isn't it? Obamacare's a killer. Obamacare is why we got more part-time jobs than anything. Boy, that just angers me big time. But here's what I want to show you. This is another guy that gets me grumpy.
If everything everybody says is correct, a name like AutoZone is going to win in this environment. If you think about it intuitively, and if you look at the stock, 15 times forward earnings, maybe it's expensive. I don't think it is. But JP Morgan just came out after earnings and said 930 price target, their fundamentals are better. This is a stock that's going to challenge, I think, the all-time high it made earlier this
year. All right, they came out, he says, well, they came out and said that this stock is going to hit $930 because of the fundamentals. So am I supposed to buy it? Am I supposed to get in there today and buy it at $794 because these crooks, these parasites came out and said, oh, it should go to $900 and the fundamentals are better, it's 15 the value is 15 times forward earnings? Who cares about any of that? Who cares? Here's what you should care about. When the stock was red every day, institutions were pulling their money out, and then it turned green. And it turned green on November 11th. And if you were a gang member, you would have got in when it turned green, and this stock went up over 8%. 8% between November and it turned red December 28th. Now, isn't that a beautiful thing? So you protected 8% of your profit. He tells you to get in today while it's red. They're pulling their money out. But see, these guys don't think about that because they really believe in fundamentals. And they really believe, okay, so what if it goes down 10, 15%? It won't affect me because I'm a big fund manager. I can sustain. But how can you sustain it? If you're making $50,000 a year, you're making $60,000 a year. I don't care if you're making $80,000 or $100,000 a year. You can't sit there and listen to these educated nincompoops with their pompadour hairdos and their cheap suits, and they're telling you, oh, yeah, this is a good stock, yeah. Are you kidding? So I designed a chart for myself is why I did it. I just want to know when the hell get out of these things. And here it is. Look, beautiful. So that means you would have had you had a chance by the time it turned green to it turned red. That was an 8% opportunity. Now, some people get in immediately. Some people get in the middle. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everybody's an individual. They decide when they want to get in. But at least they know when it's green. They know when it's red. And as I said, go to my site right now. It's free, philsgang.com. Go to where it says Join Phil's Gang. It's free. And then there's a drop down. And it shows you the percentages of gains we got in our various stocks on this chart. And they're real. Now, I'm not saying every gain member made that percentage. If it was 33%, what it tells you, the chart tells you when the institutions are getting in, and it tells you when they're getting out. So if that's a 20%, 30%, 40%, 10% spread, that's up to you when you want to get in. If you want to get in halfway up, if it goes up 40%, you want to get in halfway up, that's up to you. But nobody's going to give you anything like this where it tells you to get out. And this is the problem. You listen to these guys, and that's why somebody's going to listen to this guy today. They're going to get into AZO, and they're going to start losing money. I'll never get back into marketing, and I can't blame you. But I'm only one person out here. Look, Trump has to explain that this is his big, fat, ugly rally, and he doesn't own it. That he's got to tell you that earnings, that the stock buybacks, the $6 trillion that drove this stock market up is no longer, because the interest rates are going to start making a big difference with these companies. Just like the interest rates are making a big difference with these stocks, these burger places, these stocks are getting hit. Interest rate as these companies, as we go in to report our quarters, not having profits for 5 straight quarters is going to start showing up. Every time this dollar stays higher and higher and higher, it's killing profits because we can't compete overseas. Our prices are too high, which is killing our economy because we're buying $64 billion worth of goods more than we're selling. That means $64 billion we're taking that money and sending it overseas rather than keeping it here to build our bridges, our roads, and do all kinds of good things. So to grow the economy. That's why we can't grow the economy, because since Obama got into office, we've had over $7 trillion in deficits. So we're taking $7 trillion, sending it overseas to buy their stuff, their oil and everything else, because the dollar's too high. If we got the dollar low, which he could do, but he didn't want to do that because the low dollar means, oh no, you're not sending the same signal. At least a high dollar can tell people we are really turning this economy around. I got all kinds of jobs that can lie through my teeth. That's what he did. So this whole high dollar is killing the economy. But now the earnings are going to come out. And Trump should tell everybody, hey, when I ran, I told you this was a bad bubble. We're going to pay for this bubble. I'm not going to be able to stop it in time because there's too much damage done. And when these companies, you watch what's going to happen. Mark my word. You're going to start hearing, they're going to start reporting now. We got earnings growth coming up. And we got the earnings coming in starting next week. You're going to start hearing them starting to talk about the second quarter, how bad earnings are going to be because of the dollar. But we don't care. Because as long as I know when to get out of a stock, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. I just want to get out. Tell me when to get out. I want the even playing field. Why should you guys on Wall Street, why should you have the edge? I want an even playing field. And that's why I designed this thing. So check it out. I mean, you can't have an economy right now, and you can't have a stock market up 240% for God's sakes when you don't have earnings. This correction is going to happen, and we're going to make money when it corrects because it'll turn red and we'll sell it short. Look, you want to see the economy that Obama gave us and his pals? Under Obama, if you've no debts at all and had $10 in your pocket, you would have more wealth than 25% of all the Americans. Than 25% of Americans. Let me say this again. Under Obama's economy, here's what he gave us. Under Obama's economy, you've got no debts and have $10 in your pocket, you have more wealth than 25% of all the other Americans. The number of Americans classified either as poor or low income has increased under Obama by 48%, or 145 million people. That's a 2-decade high, but they're not talking about that, are they? $8 of tax. Every $8 of tax increases he's given us for every $1 of spending. So every dollar we spend, he increased our taxes by $8. That's why we have such a bad economy. For every $1 that he takes in revenue, he spends $2.06. He's like a guy with a checking account thinking, oh, I got all these checks. I'll just keep writing the checks till they're gone. Then my money's gone. As long as I got checks left, I must have money. I mean, he's an organizer. At least for the first time, we got Trump, who's a businessman. He gets it. But he's got to start getting out there every day and telling people, look, this is still a bad, ugly, 240% fake rally. Interest rates are starting to go up. The dollar's starting to go up. The trade deficits are getting worse. It's going to take this economy down. Now, I'm going to fix it. Now, I may have to borrow $1 trillion. We're going to go through. Look at the thrill of victory is I won. The agony of defeat is we're going to have a correction. But this time, I'm going to let the market correct. I'm not going to do what Bush did and Obama did, make sure it doesn't go down by fudging it. I'm going to let it correct because corrections are a good thing for a stock market. You're correcting all the nonsense. When stocks are going up 10, 20%, and they shouldn't be because they're doing stock buybacks, you correct those. Let the market correct. Let the economy go into a recession. It corrects all the bad stuff, and that's what he's going to do. And that's why this market's going to be so exciting. Join right now, 877-600-GANG, and sleep like a baby at night. I'm not selling you a pillow. I'm selling you a chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.